federal buildings, the land. I mean, like, we got to just sell stuff off and pay people. That's what you would go.
Yeah, if within the bound of the seizure, yes.
Why am I going to sell off? Why am I going to sell off U.S. assets when I could just continue to pay out of the fund?
Responsibility, because whoever sets up the Ponzi scheme, and that will be a warning for the future.
You're missing my point, though. Why should I liquidate assets when I can just raise the FICA cap and the retirement age and continue to pay out of the account without liquidating any assets?
Well, can you do that, or do you have to?
Yes, okay. Congress is fully capable of raising both the retirement age and the FICA cap.
One thing, though, if you already know that's a Ponzi scheme, let's say the Madoff's Ponzi scheme, and just to do the same analogy, right? So
it's not really a Ponzi scheme. What actually happened was in the 1990s and early. Hold on a second, Hanson. What happened was in the early 2000s and the late 1990s, Congress borrowed out of the trust fund to the tune of about $4 trillion. Both the Republican-controlled Congress and the Democratic Congress borrowed $4 trillion out of the trust fund. Now, trust fund gives the impression that it's some sort of protected financial fund. It's not. It's just a column in the government ledger. At all. The point kind of stands.
And Hanson,
I still haven't finished the point.
Well, here's a tie-in.
The floor, and then you didn't state what your point is.
Well, here's a tie-in to Marshall. So, Hanson, your proposal would cost about $80 trillion. Would you want this $80 trillion to all be paid out in 1 year, so the U.S. government is doing like a fire sale, or should it be paid out like over a certain amount of time? Like, how would you handle this $80 trillion expense that you just created?
Well, that's a different question, right? You're talking about how we execute it, how we do this, and that's a different question. So long as we agree on the principle, these can be resolved.
Hanson, I think my point overall was part of the reason there's not, like, the fund isn't solvent isn't because it's a Ponzi scheme. It's because Congress took money out of the fund.
No, it is a Ponzi scheme.
Congress and both parties said,
taking the money off of people who contributed. And what's the difference?
I mean, I think the difference is, one, you have to liquidate assets, and the other you don't.
So
I don't understand why you liquidate assets.
Grabbing the straws. You're just grabbing the straws. I mean, you're saying on the one hand, you're saying that it is a Ponzi scheme, and then on the other hand, you're asking me what should we